Didn't mean to. The Vale it is, then.
And it's lucky we stayed here.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks? Do you think he was the only one who survived? And you're just gonna fall into line? What else can I do?
I'm looking for a Layla.
You found one. So, will your friends be joining in? Or just watching?
We're not here for your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same. Oh.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the... There's only so much I can tell.
Specifically?
A location. North of town, on the shore of Isle of Feist Bay. There you'll find a tent, and the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all?
Actually, one thing. Few venture into the Royal Meadows anymore, so you won't be overheard.
Does anyone else think it's strange that this woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town?
Oh, my ward.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has...
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council. Not that any of those things still exist. No.
And what does he want with...
He wants to try a foundation upon which he's already secure.
He would rob the...
Believe me. I have used every means of persuasion.
What does Captain Phil... When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers...
How? A man whose stated aim is to revive the... The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel. No. But given the mood around town...
Who could blame them?
Clive, would you for your services to Northreach? And unlike Philippe, well...
I'll see what I can...
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison...
Overseeing...
All right.
We may have met this Duke before. At the Remembrance Ceremony.
Let's hope we didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the whole of North...
Well, what do you think? What do I think? I think...
A whole day to dry some bloody...
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with...
No, actually. I was hoping...
We're under orders not to let any civil... But you should be all right. Wait here.
So, and I shall see it... tell me.
Neither, Your Eminence.
You are worried, yet you needn't be. Pride of place, in fact, but no more.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed, which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or... The Empire wants for a capital, and with Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need only build... Plans soon enough. These
I fear you underestimate how dangerous... Should they return in force, you will need all the people...
The people will do as their... If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, one whose authority is beyond question. That is why this... So that any man who wishes to join the army might... And yet, there are those who persist in...
I suspect...
Precise. The common folk have little and less. You would sow the seeds of...
Sabine, we have...
Yes, and I told you then...
Without an empire, there...
And in yours, there will be an... Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take...
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Dukes. It wouldn't hurt to ask them. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
Sabine, you embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
The tent is where Layla said it would be.
Yes, but who awaits us inside?
It's... About... The embers are still warm.
So you're Sid.
I suppose I must be. Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the Motes of Water.
The motes of water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair. Yes, that would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
Vanished. Was exterminated. Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Krieger's faithful for over a century.
Along with Leviathan's dominant.
That wave out there. What do you know of it?
The surge. Only that it's been there a long time.
Since the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty.
So in other words, you know nothing. Not that I'll hold it against you. The wave was raised by Leviathan in an act of rage. Moments before the waters were stayed, and the icon and its dominant bound within.
And you want us to...
Rescue him. Yes. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place. And ours is about as unruly as they get. For years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an icon. Someone just like you. So what do you say? Will you help us?
What exactly did your dominant do to warrant this punishment?
What did he do? He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can. He was born. But he deserves a better fate than the one my people forced upon him. He deserves to be free.
As do we all. Very well. Far-fetched though your tale may seem, something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I can do better than that. I can show you. Care to take a trip across the bay? My people await you there.
Lead the way.
All right, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
That was worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you? Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day. And that concludes our little voyage. We're here. It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one. I hope you're up for a climb.
Finally.
What? You didn't think we'd arrived, did you? The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Of course it is.
Watch yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous. If not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl it.
Thank you for the warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Is that so, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me. I was wondering when they'd pick up our scent.
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Oh, you know. Shall I keep my acts and spells to myself, then?
Earlier you mentioned spells, yet I see you carry no crystals.
Since when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then, where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
Then it's in for a long wait.
We're not alone.
We're almost at the summit. From there, you'll have a better view of our home. Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you. Just so you know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so...
Alive.
I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
It's beautiful, Shula.
And we aim to keep it that way.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
If the surge was an act of rage,
One wonders what prompted it.
Could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay?
On evening tides.
Does mornings...
Open the gates!
Outsiders? Look at the size of that dog.
All right now. You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity.
Then we are honored.
This is quite extraordinary.
So do you believe me?
You've made it difficult not to. But how did your people chance to settle here, in the north? Until Drake's Horn fell and the Blight forced...
We met our doom. I see you've read the Gregorian churches. That building over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather. We can speak more inside. Once. It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to
Thank you.
That'll be them then.
Don't look like much. Look! That one's got a black